Why am I not living the lap of luxury?
What happened to all the money that my family's made in the 80s from owning shitty land in Oklahoma?
Oh. This one time.
So, this one time.
This one time?
This one time.
This one time.
Oh my God, this one time?
The podcast.
I don't know the question.
Yeah, this time I know the question. I received an email question from someone who requested to remain anonymous.
Okay.
So let's just say this one came from, let's call him Bruce. It's not Bruce. Seriously, it's not. If your name is Bruce, I'm not talking about you. It's just the first name that popped in my head. It's Bruce. And Bruce had a very simple question. And it was simply this. Money?
That's a great question, Bruce. Thanks for asking. I'm Sheila D.
And I am Evo Terra. We are Shivo. You are listening to This One Time, the podcast. I think what he's trying to get at, honey, is how exactly are we affording this crazy lifestyle?
We're trust fund babies.
Of ours without being trust fund. You know, we could be trust fund babies. I used to have oil money in my family.
Okay.
My family, well, we used to make a lot of money from oil. Why am I not the friggin' Dallas people? Why am I not the Ewings?
I think I should be asking you that. Why am I not living the lap of luxury?
What happened to all the money that my family's made in the 80s from owning shitty land in Oklahoma?
I don't know. But you own some shitty land in Oklahoma.
But that was after the oil boom and bust had already happened. What happened to the money? This is why we don't have any money. I come from a long line of shitty money planners. Okay. But that's not the topic of conversation. We are not rich and famous and couldn't afford this. Would you like to give the people a rundown of that are new to us and our programs of what we did? What is the crazy life of luxury travel that we lead?
The way we got the money for our year-long travel is we sold everything, and truly everything.
Yeah. Now, for a lot of people, that would mean, so you had a house that was worth $500,000 and you sold that, and so that's what you're living on. Yeah, no, not so much.
No.
2007 and 2008 were kind of crappy kind of years, so we had no real property to speak of.
Just Sophia.
Yeah, you might want to clarify that before people think we sold someone into slavery.
Sophia was my car. She was beautiful, lovely.
That was the primary, I guess, valuable asset that we had that was paid off.
Yeah.
Your lovely little, what the hell was it again?
A mini coupe.
A mini S coupe that we had paid off totally, and we were able to sell that. And along with the other cash we got from things like furniture and equipment and various things here and there.
And it helped that we didn't have any bills. Like we had paid off all of our credit cards and all of our debt years ago. Right. So really,
you kicked that Coke habit. That
finally
helped a lot.
Finally.
Right.
I still flip back and forth sometimes, and just so you know.
You admitted that on the air? No. Wow. In Thailand?
No. I only admit that. This doesn't air in Thailand.
Well, I'm relatively certain that's not the case.
Okay, so, I don't do Coke, just by the way.
Let's make sure you're clarified on that one. Yep. So back to the question at hand.
Yes. So we sold everything. We had no debt. And so it was very easy to spend, I think, what did we spend? Just under $25,000 for a year of travel?
About that. You know, we so that first year of travel that we traveled, the income sources were pretty tiny.
Yeah.
Right? I kept a couple of consulting clients.
Yep.
So they were paying me along the way. But I think that dried up about 6 months into things.
Yeah, about that.
We did the house sitting thing.
That's how we didn't have to pay for housing.
Which kept the pricing down in a big way. And of course, there are the amazing people who support us on
Yes.
Patreon every month. That was some funding. And even a few times we had some people jump in and say, oh, you guys sound like you're in a very dismal place financially, which we were.
Yes.
And so they jumped in and assisted us. So that's how the first year kind of went. It was a smallish nest egg. It was a handful of projects. You did a project during that year too, didn't you?
Not the very first year. I've
okay.
done 2 since I've been teaching.
Right. It was all me. Yeah, so that's kind of how that worked. Started selling cocaine. No, wait, I'm kidding. We didn't.
You're admitting that?
We didn't do
In Thailand?
any of the drug selling stuff. That was just a variety of small projects. And it was just living frugally.
Very. Yeah, we house sat, so we had kitchen and, could go to the grocery store and cook at home and
Right.
things like that. So we were very good about watching our funds and things like that. Like I said, I think just under 25 or so thousand US for a year for the two of us to travel and eat
Hitchhike
and
across
live.
Europe.
We did not hitchhike across Europe.
We did not take any rides from strangers.
That's not true.
Oh, that is not true. You're right. Oh my God. The number of times we took rides from strangers were legion. Let's see. I remember taking one ride in England, people that we'd never met before that
We
said,
met
you're
them on the
coming with us.
We met them on the train. Oh, we've had it twice in England. One time when we met somebody on the train
On the train.
Yeah, so when we first got to England
Yeah.
and we were headed to Knutsford, we met a lady and her parents. And when we got to Knutsford, her parents took us to our house sit.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I had totally forgotten about that. Yes, met some very lovely people who were helpful. Could have been serial killers for all we knew, but they were not. That's right. They drove us there. They wouldn't let us get a cab.
Right.
When we got off the train, they said,
And-
no, you're coming with us.
And then we got kidnapped one night from a pub as we were filling out postcards.
Yeah.
That was a hurtful day the next day, by the
Pretty
way.
Pretty rough.
Because they also made us drink.
We have traveled with strangers. We have taken some pretty risky steps.
We've been in the back of a Thai police car.
We're talking about money. We're talking about money and strangers. I don't think most people aren't concerned about getting in the back of a cop car and having like seriously bad things. Not when they look like us.
Okay.
So we use the card. Money.
Yes.
Back to the question
Back
about
to
money. So that was year one. Travel frugally, live off the kindness of strangers and friends who supported us along the way.
And somebody is really good at getting cheap flights.
Who's that?
That would be me.
Yeah, you are good. But now let's fast forward to that was
To now?
2015. Well, I don't know. Now let's take it to 2016.
Okay.
The first year in Thailand. How did we do then?
I got a job.
Oh, right. That was helpful.
I started out teaching English, but I'm certifiable, and I'm certified as a teacher.
Yep, that's what you do.
So I have tons of experience. So I taught English for a little while.
And we also lived frugally then because we lived in a teeny tiny thumb size, not even thumbnail size, more of like a thumb. Thumbnail's too small. It was the size of a thumb.
Yeah.
The first condo we stayed in, which was tiny.
Tiny, yeah.
We realized that wasn't very great for us.
No. And then I started teaching computers at another school.
Right. Yeah, they switched over to that, which was a better job.
Yes.
All the way around.
And now we're in a bigger place.
Yeah, because now you're in a bigger position.
Yes.
Now that you're an in-charge type person.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of are. You kind of are. I am, if you're listening from the Thai government, I don't work at all. If you're not listening from the Thai government, so I do a variety of things. I keep some clients that I continue to do work for. I'm doing podcast production for people. I'm doing digital strategy services, a little bit of marketing here and there. But again, if you are with the Thai government, none of what I said is true.
But you didn't mention the newest one that you've done.
Right.
You are famous.
Well, I am a friggin' television commercial star
Yes.
in a foreign country,
Yes.
not Thailand.
Yes.
So I'm not going to say the name of this country, Pakistan, but in a matter of weeks, or days, I'm not really sure, I will be starring in a television commercial.
That is true.
Starring might be a little bit of a stretch, but I am not an extra.
You are not an extra.
I am actually cast in this as a role.
Yes.
But I really can't tell you any more than that. And in fact, you'll notice that the name of the country that I didn't mention was bleeped now twice. Because that was a paying gig, and they said don't talk about it until you get there. So yeah, so I leave America, get to Thailand, and am cast in a commercial in... That's 3 beeps. That's a lot of work for me to produce this show. So there's some cash that goes along with that. It's, by the way, it's not a lot of money.
That's true, and it's not consistent.
No, not consistent at all. It's walking around money. It's, oh, good, we can afford to eat out 2 or 3 times this week money. It's not a huge amount of cash coming in.
No.
It is not.
And most of the time when we do eat out, it's pretty cheap here.
It can be. We can also spend more money than we need to. But yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess if the question is, how are we surviving? Just fine.
Yes.
Thank you for those that continue. We love sending out the postcards to the old people who were supporters of ours from a long time ago.
Stop calling our patrons old people. They're young.
We love sending out the bonus content to the new people that are supporting us on Patreon. Thank you, Patreon patron supporters. Don't think that just because we have other sources of income, Patreon remains a primary source of income for us. So don't stop, please.
It's how I'm getting us to Komodo Island.
That's the trick. So we'll be doing that before too terribly long. So that's how the money's coming in. So the money is okay. Is the money great? No. Are we putting in fat stacks of cash into the bank every month? No. But we're making ends meet. We're doing what we need to do. And we're better than that. We're having an awesome friggin' time.
We are.
Living here abroad in Thailand. Is it the last place we will ever live? Absolutely not. No. There's a lot more of the world for us to explore, but we're kind of happy and content where things are right now.
We are. I like my position, and you are, I think, relatively happy with doing the things you're doing.
Most of the days.
Yeah.
And unless you're a client listening, I'm giantly happy at what you're doing. Thank you very much. If you're not a client, most days.
What I meant by that was, I think for a while you were starting to get bored, that there wasn't enough for you to do.
There's only so many times I can watch the same movie over and over again.
Anyway, I think you're happier with that now. That's where I meant. Where I was going with that.
I am a happy camper. You a happy camper?
I'm a happy camper.
So we're not necessarily rich, but we're rich on experiences and other sorts of stupid platitudes I could tell you, but we are having a good time.
We've got a pretty good life.
Yeah. All things considered.
Yeah.
Let's see. We already thanked the patrons.
Yes, we did.
We did that. So we can skip the patron thinking. What's the next thing on our list of things to talk about, my dear?
Our music. Oh, wait.
Did we miss something else?
Well, no, you were saying the patrons, but you didn't tell them how to go.
Right, yeah. Hey, listen, because Bruce, not his real name, sent us that question. He did it via email, and of course you can email us and ask your questions of what it's like to be us living here abroad, what it was like being us traveling the world that we did for a year. Email works, sure, you can do that. I much prefer if you call us. Now, that doesn't mean pick up the phone and calling Thailand. That means going to your computer, going to shivo.wtf/call us. Again, shivo.wtf/call us and leave us a voicemail. Do it on your smartphone. Do it on your computer. Ask a simple question, and chances are, since we don't get a whole lot of these, we will play it on the show next time and give you an answer to that question that has been burning a hole in your psyche forever, or 2 minutes ago that I've been talking about this.
Okay, that wasn't actually what I was going to have you talk about.
Oh?
So where do they need to go to Patreon to sign up?
Oh, yeah, right. Good point. Patreon, if you want to support us on Patreon, why, you can go to shivo.wtf/Patreon, right? Shivo.wtf/Patreon and
That's
get
one
signed
of
up
them.
today.
That's for this
Yeah.
one time, right?
Yeah.
And then
Oh, if you
you
want a
talked
postcard?
about the postcards, so I think you have to mention that as
right.
well.
Yeah, if you want a postcard, we still do the postcards. We haven't had a new person sign up on postcards for a while, so we love all the old people.
I would
all
love
the
for
great
10 people to sign up. What do you think?
Okay, sure.
Okay, how about 5?
Gives me a hand cramp, but that's fine. We'll have 10 more. Shivo.wtf/postcards if you want to sign up and get a postcard from us every single month. Oh shit, we're late this month, but we'll make it up. Yeah.
We have them. They're all addressed.
Yeah, just email them or write them out.
Somebody's got to write them. That's you this time. All right. Our music is by Valea Valea.
Thanks for listening, listener. I am Evo Terra.
And I'm Sheila D.
For more life lessons, stories about how we get around the world, and other sorts of things, check us out. We'll be here again next week. Sorry about no show last week, by the way. Way too hungover. Cheers.